LR. So for LR, let me share my screen first. Just a sec. Okay, just a second. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
ठीक है. So basically what do we do in LR? Let me show you. Let's suppose your topic, whatever your topic is, I'll be picking, let's suppose मैं टॉपिक लेता हूँ अपना social media marketing. Let's take an example. ठीक है. Similarly you will choose your, what will you choose? Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Just a second. Google Scholar. So basically we'll be doing over here only. यहाँ पर ही हम एक बार देख लेते हैं गूगल स्कॉलर में. Let's take an example of intelligence. And what is your second keyword?
So managing, I can say modern managers, because it is why emotional intelligence is essential for modern managers.
So basically हमने यहाँ पे ले लिया modern managers और emotional intelligence. We have taken two keywords. Google Scholar पे we will simply, for literature review, what we will be doing is we will be figuring out what all studies have been conducted on this particular topic. So the paper which will include emotional intelligence as well as modern management will be shown over here on Google Scholar. So let's take the first one. Look at over here. It is written like cited by 45 people. So this paper has been used as a reference by 45 papers. So this is what it means. So let's open it. Let's open this research paper. Okay, so this is the paper. This is not the entire paper, it's just abstract. So what we can do is we can try to read the abstract and get to know what the paper is about. Okay, so let's go through it. At present, emotional intelligence is a leadership plays an extremely important role in modern organizations. Leader play the first fiddle and should have the capacity of influencing positively the emotions of the organizing members in order to get performance. So basically what is the role of a manager or a leader? A good leader is one who is able to make
Uh,
others complete their work on time and help them if they are
yes,
facing any issues, right? Is that right?
yes, sir. Yes.
So this is what this is saying. So basically they would have conducted a study, and let's try to figure out what do they found, or in what is the study about. In order to get the competitiveness, it is required for the organization to develop more leaders who have sufficient knowledge and management skills. Organization needs effective manager. Okay. The leaders who promote the leadership based on emotional intelligence are. So this is what they have found. As per the paper, we can write down, as per the paper, they found that leaders who promote the leadership based on emotional intelligence are inspired by the other by their own values and are respected to others. So basically they would have conducted a study and they would have found out something like this. So let's try to get a paper that completely open. So let's find out a paper which we can open. Yeah, over here I think so PDF is written, right? So let's try to figure it out whether it's opening or not. Yeah, it is working. Yeah, so this is the entire paper. Emotional intelligence, something something. They have, this is in another language, I guess. So it's we have to find out something that is written in English only. I hope this is in English. Just a sec. Yeah, this is a paper that is in English although, but no thanks. Yeah. So this is a table of contents of what have they written. This is an entire book, I guess. So let's try to figure out. So it takes a little bit of time when we are searching for some papers. Emotional intelligence and
तो जैसे अभी एक वो 300 पेजेस समथिंग का था, तो रिसर्च पेपर्स क्या ऐसे इतने बड़े बड़े
no
भी
no
होते
no 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 they are not research papers. Research paper usually is around not more than 30 40 pages maximum, I guess.
हैं? ओके.
Fact 40 is a very very big paper. 40 pages का paper usually नहीं होते हैं, but फिर भी let's try to figure out. This is a book. Just a second, I'm searching a PDF. So this is somewhat a paper, I guess. Yeah, it is a paper. So these are the type of paper that we have to find out. Okay. So let's read it out. The influence of management style and emotional intelligence in the formulation of employees' commitment and loyalty. So basically, they have written a paper on not on modern managers, but they have written it on emotional intelligence and formulation of employees' commitment and loyalty. So this is so major findings. So what we'll be doing is we'll be reading these findings of the paper so that we can write down our literature review. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try to find out the main findings. The staff is valuable resource for the organization, and for long time already it is known that okay, effective work of the employees raise the competitiveness and profitability. Therefore, the management personnel as well as the formulation of commitment and loyalty becomes a top priority. Of course, in the course of the study, we study just a second. We studied that factors affecting formulation of commitment and loyalty. We determined that under the current conditions doing business in Ukraine, the level of loyalty and cooperative culture depends on the management account and the personal factors. So basically, they have found out this is the first finding. If a manager is oriented towards production goals without taking into account his personal factor, the level of organization loyalty and subordinate employees uh, level of personal factor, the level of organizational loyalty of subordinate employees is reduced. The higher level of development of communication between the workers in the company raises the level of loyalty. So basically what they found out that if the workers are communicating with themselves, then there is a strong loyalty for the company. But if they found that if the manager is oriented towards production goals only, if the manager is only focused on the production goals without taking into control the personal factors, let's suppose there might be an employee who might be facing some problem, we are ignoring that problem and we are telling him just to produce, so it will generate less loyalty. So this is the first finding. So we can write down in this, let's suppose we are taking this paper, this was written by these many authors. So there are around 1 2 3 4 5 6 authors are there. So what we'll be doing is we'll be picking the last name of the first author. Okay, we'll be picking it and we'll be putting it over here. Okay, and then what we'll be doing is we'll be writing the first letter of the first name. So that is A. Okay, A comma dot. So basically now we'll be writing down since there are more than two authors over here, we found out that there are around 5 to 6 authors, right? So since there are 5 authors or 6 authors or more than two authors, in that case we'll be writing down simply etal dot. So basically etal dot means that there are more authors to this research paper. Then what we'll be writing down for the first LR, we'll be starting it with the year in which the paper was written. So this paper was written in 2000, written over here, it was written in 2019. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be writing, clicking over here and we'll be writing 2019. So this is how we'll be writing the LR. Okay, so we
Yes,
can
sir. Okay.
we can also write it like this: in a study conducted by this person, and et.al means that there are several other authors apart from him.
Yes.
Okay, now in this study conducted by this, it was found that what did they find? That the first one was that if the manager is only oriented towards what? Towards production, remember?
Yes, sir.
Then is less loyalty.
सर जैसे अभी isn't it necessary कि हम सेम साइट करें अगर हम साइटेशन दे रहे हैं किसी को तो लाइक आपने जैसे अभी थोड़ा रीफ्रेज करा इसको अपने आप से तो हम ऐसे रीफ्रेजिंग कर सकते हैं.
No, we have to write it manually, we cannot copy and paste, otherwise there will be plagiarism. Okay, we cannot directly copy and paste from here because otherwise it will be like you have done a plagiarism. Okay,
Okay.
less loyalty, and if the manager is, just a second, what was the second part? The higher level of development and communication. Okay. And if there is, and if is more communication, then is more loyalty. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we will do it. Just a second. Yeah, et.al. ठीक है. It was found out that if the managers have only, so this is the first point that I have taken. We can simply take other points as well, like for the second one, democratic leadership style leads to more loyalty cooperative, whereas authoritarian style lead to reduction. So basically also it was found that which style? Democratic. Increases whereas authoritarian so this is the second point. Similarly, can you write down the third and the fourth one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to read it out, understand it, and then you have to paraphrase it in your own words. Now the concern is like how will we paraphrase this thing? Okay, so simply what we have to do is, firstly I'll show you there is an easy way although, but I will teach you the manner in which what we have to follow first. So firstly you have to take the names of all the authors that are there. So these are the authors that are there, so we will simply just take the author's name. We cannot write et.al in the references, so references are usually at the end of the document. So basically we'll take a second page. On the second page we will do the referencing part. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is our second page, so let's write down references. Okay, the first reference will be this one. So first we have to write down the name of the authors. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, it is fine.
Then just give me a moment. I'll erase these 4, 5 and 6 whatever is coming over here. So and for the last one we'll write down and. After that what do you have to do? You have to write down the name of the paper, which you have to write down in inverted commas. So comma, inverted commas, the name of the paper. The name of the paper over here is Influence of Managerial Style. We'll simply just copy and paste it over here, the name of the paper, inverted commas closed. After that comma, and then we have to write down the name of the journal in which the paper is published. The name of the journal is this, Humanities and Social Science Review. So we'll simply just copy and paste it over here. This method of writing the references is known as APPA method. I forgot that we also have to mention the year in which the paper is published. So we have to write down the year over here, year 2019. So basically this is how we have to write. Let's confirm it from here. Just a second, give me a moment. Let's confirm it. Let's go back to the Google Scholar of this paper, and then when we will click on the cite button over here, the cite button. After that, when you click the cite button, you will find out that this is the method of APA style. So this is basically they have written the names of the authors first, like we have done it. After that, the year in which we have written, the influence of the name of the paper, and lastly the name of the journal. And I forgot to mention the page number as well as the volume number also have to be mentioned over here. So simply by clicking on it, I can simply copy and paste it over here. Just the thing is, like I forgot the year in which it got no, we did not forget the year. I forgot that the
Page number.
the page number as well as the journal, like the year of publication. This is what we forgot, otherwise everything is there. So this is how we have to write down the references. So this is the first literature review. Similarly, now what we'll be doing is we will be searching all the papers that are related to the topic that we are covering. Similarly, we will find out like this paper has been published in elsewhere. ठीक है. So elsewhere is another good publication. So this is the entire paper over here. So what we will be doing is we will be clicking on the PDF if it is there on it, like where is it? Yeah, full paper view PDF. And now we can also read this paper, experimental study on emotional intelligence as a factor of success rate of modern person. So this is another topic that we can do. What we will be doing over here is we will be going through the abstract first. After that we will be searching for the major findings of the study and the software that was used. Like over here they are writing the statistical analysis of such characteristics are of examine are okay. So basically they have used SPSS. Let me read it again: processing of results and graphic data presentation, which were carried out will with the use of standard package of the statistical program, that is SPSS. So we can also mention in the study. So basically let's pick the name of this person first. Okay. In a study conducted by, or we can also write down because it will repeat, otherwise all the reference will be same. This person et dot etal dot. So basically this is how we will reference it. Let's ignore all. And now ETL conducted a study, or we can say not conducted, let's take found out that whatever they found out we can write down, but we have to mention that conducted a study. Let's write down conducted a study for the moment using SPSS. So this person conducted a study using SPSS, the SPSS statistical tool, and the major findings suggested that whatever they found out. So let's figure out what were the major findings. So let's go to the findings part. Processing of results and graphical data. Okay, so basically statistical analysis. Okay, so they basically divided in two groups. Group 1 examine ages from 16 to 25, group 2 26 to 45. And what are the findings over here? Following stages of, just a second, let's read the conclusion. Thus the result shows research show that the assumption of existence of interrelationship between development of emotional intelligence and the general education level of a person is confirmed. So basically they found that they concluded that that existence of interrelationship, so there is somewhat kind of a relationship is exist between emotional intelligence and general education level. So basically the more the person, maybe the more the person is educated, the higher the emotional intelligence, I guess. It means that the process of okay, so basically there is a training in higher education institution can promote development. Okay, promote development of emotion. Oh, so basically what they are writing over here is vocational training at higher education. So basically higher education is a place like where you are doing your graduation from or your post graduation from. Okay, so if there is some vocational training that is there, the chances are that higher will be the emotional intelligence. So we can also write down over here major findings were suggest that if there are there is vocational training at vocational training at higher education, which will lead to higher levels of emotional okay. So this is how we will be writing down the second literature review. Now how will we cite for it? How will we do the citation part?
रेफरेंस कौन सा है पहले तो उसका किसने लिखा है?
Okay, so let's go back and let's see who has written. So these are the people that have written this. These are the authors that have written it. So let's paste it over here. After that, we'll write down the year in which it got published. So it was published in which year? 2014 over here. So basically, let's copy and paste 2014 over here. Okay, and after that, next the name of the
The
paper.
paper.
Okay, so the name of the paper is like this. Let's copy and paste over here. And after that,
Journal and year and page number.
journal name is,
So,
I guess this is the name of the journal. Okay, and the name, year and the page. So this is what they have already written over here. Simply by writing down over here, this is how we will be writing down the citation in which style.
APA.
Okay, that's correct. I hope it is clear to you, Arna.
Yes, sir. It is.
So this is how you have to write down references, and this is how you have to conduct your literature review. Now, why do we conduct literature review? You might be thinking we are conducting literature review in order to find out how many studies have been conducted on this topic earlier, also to find out, like, whatever study we are going to conduct, how will it be different from those studies that have already been conducted. Okay.
Okay, sir. So तो मतलब अगर कुछ difference नहीं है तो हमारी study का कोई benefit नहीं.
Exactly, then our study will not be relevant. Clear?
Yes.
So this is how you will have to do your LR part, and if you want, then I will share this file with you. Okay,
Yes,
so
so please do.
I'll share this file with you, and this is how you will be conducting your LR.